This is a
Let's
bit of
go
a
bang, game
throwback.
pertama
Light
bang ya,
and
antara
Chaknu on
Aurora
opposite
Gaming
sides. Light
melawan
right up with the Kagura while he
TNC
has a
Pro Team.
Franco. Actually,
Let's go,
looking at the
ini dia
lineup of Aurora, it's very
game
season
pertama.
9 coded.
Yeah.
Tanky fighter jungler with a pick off roamer plus a burst mage in the Kagura. You have a Lapu Lapu because it's not a Uranus Esme side lane.
Kali ini
Moskov wasn't there
Aurora
season 9, but
pakai Baxia
Because you've
jungle,
mentioned the flashback, right?
Yeah.
The C21 flashback. We have
sementara
flashbacks
TNC
here on our
pakai
hero.
YSS
And
bang ya.
for TNC Pro Team, we have Chaknu back again.
Wow.
Pyro hitting.
Well, look at
Kena tarik.
What a hook!
What a
Mati dong.
Oh, and
Kena
they will
turret.
catch him anyway. Yue gets the first blood. And that's exactly why I said you can't count out Light Franco.
Jarang ini Aurora
on this.
pakai
Oh
Franco.
my
play.
gosh.
That was
That's
sick.
an early explosive crowd here for Aurora.
Yeah, man, if Coach Panda's watching this, I bet he's... Oh, and he
Took
even
that
steals
too.
away the EXP.
You can't count him out, I said.
All right, Light is on fire. You gotta heat check this Franco quick or he will keep hooking people.
Don't discount Light. But there's a discount, by the way, for MPL Philippines tickets. It's only 189 from 250.
Get
Right
those.
now,
Pamasco.
thankfully, yeah, you have the Famasco early super fan promo. But right now for Aurora, that's a huge
Dibantu oleh
momentum
Selena di
boost,
sini
right?
farming.
Yeah. Early start like that's going to be great. Now, in the grand scheme of things, is it much? Maybe not so. I think a big part of that, though, will be on how they play into that first hurdle. The kill, though, did go to Yue, which Yue on the Kagura is going to help him out. Look at there. There's a hook again. Chaknu, though, tanky enough. Will be able to take up most of that damage. Still holds on. Oh, he had to use the Revitalize earlier, so but he's going to have it for this next objective when it comes up.
Yeah, Ben Cutie, of course, no surprise, he's winning in lane against the Moskov, and I'm sure Dominic is very familiar with that matchup. Light, let's see if he'll be able to get a hook in. Demon Kite here. I don't think TNC will be
Udah
able
level
to
4
contest this
lapu-lapunya.
level. They'll have to give it
Franco yang
up.
level
Yep,
3 ya.
might be a free turtle here. As Edward proactively checks their map.
Yeah.
Even you, that's kind of scary.
Hindi pa saya.
Lapu-lapu
Yeah, you're not
that
gonna-
would want to face.
You see a guy jumping in the air, you're like, I'll come back later.
Yeah.
Turtle na dilepas
That's
saya.
the first red flag. You see someone waving
Diganggu dong
their
ini.
sword around.
That's a definite red flag in my book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just don't whip your sword out and start waving it around. That is a massive red flag. TNC, all right. We'll be giving that up, playing it safe, and that's a good call. Again, Aurora know the advantage that they have in their lineups. The proactive choices by Edward, the proactive choices by Light.
Lah,
There's
jackpot.
the arrow though too, but they're gonna have to force the fight
di-cancel
anyway.
sama
Revitalize is gonna be popped from Jack
Gatot.
New, but he just takes too many shots. Can't AOG out. So now another kill in the hands of Aurora. Good play there, good response.
Very good na pick up here, Aurora Red again, and Chaknu falling down this early.
Yeah,
Yeah.
quite difficult here for the lineup of TNC. Despite with being how good the Unbreakable plus Abyssal Arrow combo is for the Gatakacha and the Selena. Problem is you put yourself at risk diving so close against a hero that can flicker, hook you further away to more danger. Demon Card is not going to fall easily. And just the damage AoE that is brought out by Kagura means there's a high chance you're punishing two divers compared to Lancy and Chaknu just locking down one.
Yeah.
So that in itself from that little trade is already advantage for Aurora. Now as we look at the items, Dreadnought Armor is the rush here for Demon
Demon
Kite.
Kite.
It is going to take some time till we really start feeling the damage here of Zyda. If Aurora starts rush building Blade Armors, maybe second item after building Athena's shields, oh, it's not going to be good news here, and a lot of pressure will be on Benny Cutie to
You're
show up.
right. And for Aurora, they know who to take off first. And you've mentioned, even if the arrow hits anyone from the side of Aurora, you wouldn't really love to dive onto a hero that could easily burst you down with a Kagura here onto Yue, and the
Karat,
rush
dito
works
Moskov
also
niya.
here for Edward. Now, the crazy guy is activated. Another huge red flag if you're TNC Pro Team, eyeing out the next big objective here on the map.
I think they looks like they might get this one up too. They're gonna be too late by the time they rotate in. Even though Chaknu is here
Hey.
with 3 he's all by himself. Pops
Gatot
will
sendiri.
revitalize again. Demon Kite will be able to secure the turtle, and now Chaknu on the disengage. It just seemed like the timing wasn't right for TNC as Zyda was off getting his buff.
Yeah,
And-
that was a risky trade.
You're right, and there was a question mark because Zyda was way over onto the other side of the map,
Yeah.
and Chaknu was just trying to what, delay things up here for
Yeah,
Aurora?
I don't think that was just a delay. There are some moments
Itu
where the
harusnya
teams
nggak
would
pakai
call for, hey, let's just
Kuriba
try
ya.
to steal it. And then maybe someone in the team would also say, we'll be able to survive through it. But that was just way too risky for my taste. However, they were able to get away. So let's give them the benefit of the doubt if ever they decide to contest another objective with their jungler not being close by.
You're right. High risk, high reward plays. But
Yeah.
now, are they taking the risk? Looks like no or not yet here for a TNC Pro team.
Still very close to the gold. Actually, despite Benikuni winning earlier, because of the turtle secured by Aurora, Dominkite has eked out
Benikuni
over
yang dapat.
Benikuni in terms of the lead. Now TNC are making the smart call with pressuring Dominkite up top, but he holds the shrub well. And now their jungle is getting invaded by Demon.
Nah.
Hook again from Light. Will find the mark on Zyda. Zyda gone. He's going to lose his purple too. So TNC just chooses to take the tier 1 up top. But they lost the mid turret. So Aurora right now taking control.
You're
It's
right.
going to be another fight. They're going to force
Dominkite.
Dominkite. He's going to have to rely on the team. They find Benikuni. Even with his down force, he's trying to run away. Chaknu pops to revitalize again. Even with the arrows from Lancey, all he can do is watch Chaknu fall. TNC just can't get it together.
We just see the despair here, still struggling to find their first kill for this round. It's already 6 minutes into game 1.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering whether Selena was the pick here for TNC Pro Team. I did pose a Novaria as a possibility because you're seeing with how close Rora can afford to fight together as a team. Not critical, excuse me, an Astral Echo would have actually messed things up for TNC, but no point crying over spilled milk. It's just now that Rora, understandably so, are just dominating the map. Now TNC Pro Team has to play through a counter punch style. But Light has just been so good.
Oh, where are they going to go? Chaknut charging up the Unbreakable, but it's just a little bit too late. Turtle secured, 3 for 3 for Aurora. And TNC, really, it just seems like they don't have much of a choice but to just kind of buckle in for this one, but they're falling further behind, facing a 4,000 gold deficit.
They're ready here, so might as well improvise on some things, especially onto the Selena pick for Lancey. As we mentioned, you would want to shine early on, especially for Selena, hitting those right marks. But with that, their damage just isn't there yet.
Chaknu gets hooked again. He falls now for the third time.
Wow.
Spear Destruction going to be used, but you don't follow that one under the turret with 4 members of TNC, but Aurora just picking, finding these marks from Light.
Yeah, way too tough at this point to play around the Selena. 2,000 is the goal deficit between
Mana
UA
luarnya?
and
Nggak
Lancey.
ada warnya.
And TNC just has to accept that they're going to have
Cuma
to play a
culik-menculik
very
aja.
long game here to try and turn things around. Rora, they are not going to let this up. This is a comfortable, dominant lead. Again, say what you will about their lineup, Light has just been so good.
Yeah.
But the
and
thing is, even if he wasn't landing those iron hooks, I still see this as a dominant Aurora game.
especially for TNC still struggling to find the right targets. Instead, it's Aurora keep hitting the right targets onto shutting down Lancey, shutting down Zyda, and multiple times in a row that Chaknu wasn't able to do much so. Activating the Revitalist just so he could survive. And survivability isn't what you would count on for TNC Pro Team.
Chaknu trying to hold up the front. They're going to get the tier 2 anyway. UA anyway for the backside. Oh,
Whoa.
Light jumps in again,
Apa itu?
burning the flicker. Won't be able to find that iron hook, but that's what they wanted. They just wanted that tier 2 turret. They'll get some more resources, taking the
Bisa
orange buff
lepas
now
loh.
from TNC. And they got 15 seconds for this lore to come up.
And for TNC Pro Team, how do you get out of the situation? Struggling to find the beat for the game number 1.
Yeah, it's going to have to come through defense, a counterplay somewhere along the lines of Chaknu having to sacrifice his life for a big AOG coming out of base, while TNC Pro Team just slowly whittles down the frontliners of Aurora. They will not be able to reach Dominkite safely enough. Maybe Yua will be able to get away, but maybe a trade of Chaknu for Light and Edward, or Light and Demonkite, and then just build through there with a slow push out of base. But with how well Rora are managing the minion waves, with the constant pressure, it's going to be
gila
way too
pula
tough to
punya,
even
tapi
get out of it.
nggak
That's
dapat.
another, or excuse me, the first free Lord goes to Rora.
You're right. And for TNC Pro Team, the pressure is still slowly building up. Just when they have to improvise, now they also have to somehow control the map, because all of it is in favor for Aurora. Even onto the turret score, still, you're still struggling to find a play here for Benikuni.
Even looking at this point, you know, for TNC, you got to make something happen, and that something might just be Rora making a massive mistake, because with this kind of lead, this kind of composition, they're going to be able to make something, force a response from TNC, even in this base. I mean, look at Domikite. He's playing so up front because of just how much of a lead, and it forces them back so they get the Holy Shield before that wave will push in. So Domikite alone being threat enough. I mean, he's 0-2, but you can feel just how stacked he is on the damage of the items because of this lead. So even with the shields down, Lord will charge into that mid-wave. The spears just piercing on through, popping this through. There's the Revitalize. They're going to have to fight, but look at the damage already. Not enough as 3Mar's going to fall. And TNC will be able to hold on to the base turrets, though.
Light landed another hook, and he fished 3Mar out of base. And Aurora can honestly just keep this up. I think at this point, TNC might already be looking towards game number 2.
And they're looking like a fish here for Aurora, as Aurora slowly
Jebol satu.
advances here on their inhibitor, and Edward Demonkite knows there's no
Jebol
one from
dua.
the side of TNC Pro Team to totally lock them down, and Light locking in onto certain heroes is the key here for Aurora.
Light will take that every time that flicker is available. Could be, you know, one of those moments where he just lands that hook and then they force a team fight here for TNC. But they lost 2 base turrets, hold on to the bottom one. Rora decides to go ahead and just reset, farm back up, get the buffs. They have a minute on this Lord here, and they've got complete control of the map. There isn't much space for TNC to really work with. They're forced to just kind of roam around together and not get caught out. The problem is, roaming around together and you're all bunched up, Light's just looking at him like, yeah, this is a lot easier for me. Just throw out the hook, and half the time he's going to grab someone.
Yeah.
He's rubbing his hands together, like,
Oh,
ooh,
udah
you're sticking
jauh
together. Don't put all your eggs onto one basket.
Maginya
And the
udah beda
14th
dua
Pro
item
Team,
itu,
they
Magi.
look like eggs.
Oh,
They
they're
do what
gonna
they
take
want.
it. Dominic goes in. He
Apa itu
saw
sendiri
the
dia
mark,
gitu?
winning with the Spirit of Destruction, and he's unleashing it now on the backside. Yue will jump in. Chaknu staying up front. This might be an angle for Rora to end, even without the Lord. They know they have the numbers advantage. Dumbing again, going to the
sakitnya.
front side. He's just going to lock into the base. They're going to have to do something to deal with him. Chaknu trying to save time. An arrow thrown out, but Edward jumps into the backside again. A double for
1-0
Dominic, trying to get a
bos.
triple, but they don't care. They'll